And in fact, if you look at that break out there through the wall, I broke that out. This shed is up long over 100 years old. Good morning, this beautiful sunny June morning, down the feeding shed and going to start power washing. It's looking nice and clean, and as I said, with the sun here and the summer weather, it'll help kill any germs or bad bacteria that's in the shed, and we just like to have them nice and clean. The floor is still a bit mucky because we use that down there for the slurry from the collecting yard up there. It's brought down by the electric scraper, the automatic scrapers down to the slats down at the lower end there. So yeah, it's nice and clean now, and I better go and maybe just show you the other side as well when I'm here. This is a very, very old cubicle house, and we converted this. This was an old hay shed. Look at it. And if you see this wooden pillars in this hay shed, this shed is up long over 100 years old, right? And we converted it into a cubicle house about 45 or I think if you maybe look at the date there, in 1976. You might just be able to read that on the wall, 1976. So it'll be 50 years. It'll be 50 years in another as a cubicle house. But before that, it used to be for stored in hay, and that front wall wasn't in it, and there was that back wall was closed down, and you'd bring the hay, you'd pitch the hay in here. Loose hay, and many's a hot day that many people spent in this shed here. So it was a really, really good, it was a real modern shed at the time, back in that time, maybe 150 years ago, when this shed was put up, that all the hay was outside in big cocks of hay or piles of hay with reeks or cocks or whatever people would like to call them, and there's different names for different parts of the country. We used to call them cocks of hay or reeks of hay. So now when we then started modernising the farm, you turned it into a cubicle house for the cows. So those cubicles are there for a long number of years. They're there since 1976. Yeah, so this shed would tell a lot of stories, and in fact, if you look at that break out there through the wall, I broke that out a good few years ago, and we put in more cubicles up here. And that was a doorway there where you see the cement blocks. And years ago they used to have this for a garage for the cars. That time cars always was in the winter time because they were hard to start if they got damp or cold. They're not like the ones now, you just heat them up and they go. And everybody that time had a garage for their cars. And it kept the snow and frost off them as well, which is probably a good idea. There'd probably no harm if we had a garage for them now again. So when you go out in the frosty or snowy morning, the car is nice and dry and that. But years ago the main reason was because it wouldn't start if they're outside. Okay.